Yes, it's Eric Previn, and it's always important to think about the homeless and to arrange the idea that there could be funding for the homeless on this is a decent idea, and I appreciate that. But what I don't appreciate is that that has been wedged into what has been described as, I think I heard, mountaintop removal near a park that is, they have, with dignity, asked for a 20% reduction of the graded footprint of a project that is from Lennar Home, who's an old, long-term player in the neighborhood who has been trying every single thing that they could possibly do to push for more and increased development in this area. And I can only tell you that when I hear that the outreach was behind a sign, it really upsets me. And it's rude to speak during other people's testimony, but when I hear that there's a posting that was behind an actual sign so it wasn't visible, it really upsets me because I've heard this, and I've heard Mayor Antonovich himself talk about sneaky deals. Remember when the folks from Public Works were sending out something and nobody knew what it was? We have to do a better job and notify people. And you know, in conclusion, I'm not really sure how Supervisor Solis can get away with simply exiting the hall during a fair public hearing. And I've asked, I said, is she present? Is she not present?
On the item before us, exclusively, sir.
Right, is she present?
On the item before us.
Okay, this is
the substance
point of order.
Of the item.
Is she
there is no point of order that you can invoke.
Is she present or not?
Your time is expired.
You could answer that, or
Next
you could not
item.
answer. Thank you.
All right, anyone wishing to be heard on the balance of it? Madam Executive Officer, it's my understanding that Supervisor Kuehl wishes to abstain on this item.
That is correct. I am very pleased at the conversation about all the good works that are being supported, but I don't think that's how we decide whether a project should go forward or not. It's quite lovely that there will be contributions made and community supported, but the question with this, I think, is that under current standards, this project could never be approved. And it is a bit of a twist of fate that the track maps are quite old and were continued. People are certainly within their rights to build. I simply don't want to support it. The fact that of the grading alone, 1.6 million cubic feet of grading. I appreciate the amendment, I think, that has been taken, or at least the approach, so that there is some attention paid to how this is done and the maintenance afterward. But it is true, it's like the removal of a mountaintop. So most respectfully abstain.
All right, thank you very much. The item is before us. Am I correct, Madam Executive Officer?
Yes, Mr. Chair Pro Tem, at this point, it would be appropriate to close the public hearing and move the item.
All right. Supervisor Antonovich wishes to pose a few questions.
Question, the One Valley that was approved, this project had been grandfathered, or how did that work out?
Yes, this track map was originally applied for in the year 2000, although this sort of version of the track map really started in 2008. Since that was basically an approved, it was a complete application prior to the adoption of the One Valley Revision Plan in 2012. It's basically grandfathered under the old plan if the applicant so chooses.
So these were all known at the time, and when the One Valley city-county agreement, both the city and the county knew that those programs that had been applied for, et cetera, were grandfathered?
Yes, that's correct.
Question, the applicants, the appellants claim that the EIR is deficient. Does the project comply with CEQA, and does it meet all of the regulations and rules in the area plan?
I can comment on the area plan. Yes, it does meet all the applicable rules and regulations of the 1990 area plan. I'd like to defer to County Council to speak on CEQA.
As to CEQA supervisor, we believe that the county has complied with the CEQA process for this project.
And the adjoining property owner had claimed that there are claims that the project eliminates his access to his property Is the project going to disrupt legal access to his property or another property?
We were given no evidence that there was a legal easement over that property. The commission saw all documents, and you've seen all documents that the appellant provided, and we were able to find no evidence of a legal easement over the property.
So the property will not be denied access or adjoining, or not denied access to the property?
There's no legal access over that property. There is another way to access the property. I'm not sure about the status of that access
So
way.
the property's not being landlocked, is what I'm asking.
The property is not being landlocked, no.
Okay, that's the question. What I would like to have county council include wording to be changed to require both a signed open space agreement and a deposit of endowment funds with the city of Santa Clarita before any grading would be allowed or occurs.
Yes, we could do that.
We can include that.
You do that? Then I would move that we certify the final environmental impact report with environmental assessment 00136 with the required findings of fact, adopting the mitigation, monitoring, and reporting program for the project pursuant to state and local California Environmental Equality Act guidelines, indicating the intent to deny the appeal and direct the county council to prepare the necessary findings, affirming the RPC's approval of vesting tentative track map 52796, CUP 00136, Oak Tree Permit 00136.
All right, then we proceed accordingly. Question by Supervisor Kyo.
I understood that there was some change made in terms of the grading, that there was some agreement that grading could not go forward until it was ascertained that the property was, that the track map had been
That's
recorded.
what this is about, to prevent that.
Supervisor, I believe that was the intent of his instruction to our office earlier, to make sure that that's a condition of the project, and we will include that, so that the dedication happens prior to grading.
Thank you very much.
All right, thank you. It's been moved by Supervisor Antonovich, seconded by Supervisor Kanabi. There are no further items to come before us with regard to this issue. We'll move accordingly, noting the abstention of Supervisor Kyo. And that will be the order. All right, Madam Executive Officer, the chair is returned, and I think you want to dispose of one other item.
Yes,